Breaking news, a 340-pound mother sat on her 10-year-old child until he was deceased.
God damn it, Karen. I thought I told you not to do that anymore. You know there are other ways of trying to punish children without literally taking your 340-pound fat ass and sitting on them. And now one of them are dead. God damn it!
The mother sat on her son outside of her home in what she said was a bid to stop him from, quote, acting up.
On a real note, though, that is incredibly messed up, and this woman needs to be in life in prison, bro. Like, how do you literally take your big humongosaurus rex ass and sit on a 10-year-old child who probably weighs no more than 50 pounds soaking wet? Like, seriously.
This was all caught on Ring doorbell footage.
This footage, of which I don't know if I have access to, but in the article it says, the obese parent tried calling his caseworker as the little boy who only weighed 90 pounds screamed, but he eventually stopped moving. A probable cause affidavit states, according to the Indianapolis Star. A doorbell camera showed footage of Wilson laying on top of the boy, even when he stopped moving, according to the affidavit. And here, as we can see in the top corner of this video, is the woman who sat her big ass on this 10-year-old child.
They said the mother was on top of the child for at least 5 minutes.
Do you see how small this child is, bro? Like, I get it. Some kids are bad, some kids act up, and sometimes they're annoying, but why would you think it was a proper punishment to just literally sit on him, bro, until he just asphyxiated? Like, I'm not gonna lie, just looking at this image here, I could see he looked like a devious child. Listen, we were all kids when we were kids, and yeah, we were kids when we were kids, and we did bad things when we were kids. You know, some of us were gentle and, you know, soft and, you know, quiet, and some of us were rowdy and rude and wild and all over the place. But that doesn't mean any of us shouldn't have the ability to grow, mature, and learn from our past mistakes. Like, genuinely, all jokes aside, this gigantic MF needs to rot in prison. Like, seriously, bro, there's just no excuse for this.
The 48-year-old woman was the adopted mother of the 10-year-old child. The 10-year-old child, who only weighed 90 pounds, could be heard screaming while the mother tried to call the, quote, caseworker.
Listen, bro, at that size, at that weight, bro, and with that amount of emotional instability, I don't know how you were able to become a foster mother, bro. How are you even eligible for that stuff? Like, clearly, you haven't made the best decisions for your life, for your body. I don't know how you can make the best decisions for somebody else's life and their body. Clearly, in this case, it's pretty evident of that.
According to documents, he eventually stopped moving. At one point, she even asked the child was he faking it and saw his eyelids were pale. When authorities arrived, the child was no longer breathing and did not have a pulse.
That's messed up, man. That's crazy, man.
The 10-year-old was airlifted to South Bend Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased 2 days later. The suspect told another child in the home that she was supervising at the time, quote, I was laying on him and he was acting bad.
Like, I just don't understand. Why would you even do that to a little boy, much less a grown-ass man? I mean, a grown-ass man would have probably died for 340 pounds crushing his body for an extended period of time. Motherfucker would have probably came out with a fractured rib, a couple contusion, blood clot, goddamn arcs and dents all over his body like he just came out of a WWE match with this Rikishi-sized motherfucker laying on top of his body.
That other child phoned 911. His cause and manner of death was ruled homicide as a result of mechanical asphyxia. Before this occurred, the 10-year-old went to his neighbor's house and pleaded with them to adopt him because he said his parents would hit him in the face.
Nah, that's sad as hell, bro. That is incredibly sad. And I don't think in this legal system under, you know, the way the American foster system is set up and pretty much the global foster system at that, this kid ever had a chance, bro. Like, once you're in the foster system, you pretty much have a good chance of being assaulted, groomed, raped, abused, or all of the above, because you're quite literally under the guardianship of a lot of sociopaths, psychopaths, narcissists who are quite literally attracted to that profession or line of work for a lot of nefarious and ulterior motives. It's unfortunate to say, but this is the reality of the world.
However, the neighbors said they did not see any visible injuries. The mother was arrested on Saturday and faces up to 6 years in prison if convicted.
6 years is way too low, way too light. I think she needs to spend at least a couple decades in prison, but that's just me.
Her foster care license was previously revoked and she is no longer taking care of children as this occurred back in April.
See what I'm talking about? Her foster care license was previously revoked. Imagine my shock. This is what I'm talking about, literally. These people, the system is just corrupt. And I'm sorry, I know we don't like to judge books by their covers, but sometimes we need to do so. You need to make or meet specific requirements for eligibility, in my opinion, to become a foster person. And if you've had your license revoked in the past, you should not be able to get it back. You should not be able to get it again because you're quite literally dealing with the next generation of children, the most innocent creatures. Well, some of the most innocent. I know some children are just straight up fucking demons, you know, so I'm not going to bypass that. But for the most part, you're dealing with kids who can't defend themselves, who are quite literally much smaller than you. And this boy was apparently 90 pounds soaking wet, while this woman, Humongosaurus Rex 2.0, with 340 pounds heavier than him or some shit. But anyway, though, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. What do you think about this case? Honestly, this is just bizarre to me. Who sits on a person, much less a 90-pound child, because they're acting up? That's just ridiculous, bro. But this is the state of the world we live in. Actually, I'm adding this to the video because I wanted to read the comments and I forgot about that, though. Let's do that now. So here we have the first comment in the video too, or under the comment section, and they said, "I'm confused. Only 6 years for murder? That doesn't seem right." Somebody else said, "Now she already knew her big ass. Shame on her." Neil said, "This is as America as it gets." Somebody else said, "They failed that baby. She was the foster mother and he had only been in her care for a few days. He had so many kin who wanted him. The system failed Dakota." Zephyrus said, "This is so heartbreaking. Only 6 years is not enough for what happened to that poor baby." So clearly, evidently, she's only getting 6 years in jail, you know, and we know that the system is corrupt. Like, this is literally murder, like second-degree murder, and it's only 6 years, bro. Can you imagine? You know what? Never mind. I was gonna say, can you imagine a dude like EDP or some big fat ass dude like doing this to a small child? How many years? Decades, really? This man would have got, like, come on, bro. And this last comment from Asaya, she said, "This is actually wicked." And I wholeheartedly agree with all these comments. But anyway, if you enjoy the content or if you found this informative, please sub to the channel, hit the bell icon, and turn on all notifications. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter down below. All links are in the description, pinned comment. And until next time, everybody, stay safe out there.